Ihms. Ihms Weekly English Program. This is a weekly international Harari Media Services English program that focuses on different aspects and issues related to Harar and the Harari people, be it social, political, economic, or historical facts. In a nutshell, it deals with everything Harar in conjunction with affairs in Ethiopia. It is intended to reach Harari and non-Harari viewers and audiences alike around the globe. It is informative, educative, and above all, it is meant to present facts and build capacity at all levels. As witnessed by various governments and international organizations, undeniably, Harar is a city-state of peace within the Ethiopian galaxy and the African universe. This weekly English program was created to promote peace and humanity to its viewers, allowing them to have people-to-people relationships of peaceful coexistence in Harar and Ethiopia at large. As such, today we have the following episodes for you. Ihms Commentary: Ethiopia's Directionless and Sinking Politics. Written by Friends of Minorities and narrated by Ihms. A government without a plan, and one that ignores the majority of the minorities, will end up being chaotic and bound to collapse, leading the country to atrocities and massacre. Undeniably, these manifestations are witnessed around the globe. Likewise, Ethiopia is going to the downward progression with its multi-dimensional and layered non-inclusive politics, faking and constructing fictitious history through various political agents that will take the country nowhere. It is hypocrisy at its best that got us to the verge of destruction today. One of the main reasons is the manifestation of the push and pull effect of two political extreme forces in today's Ethiopia. Call it arrogance, ignorance, political ideologies, or politics of forceful marginalization and politics of non-inclusive autonomy, or politics of backward assimilation in the name of synergy and politics of moving nowhere with domination in the name of democracy. Both are unhealthy since they totally ignore minorities and diversity in the country. They are toxic and dangerous as both extremes violate equity, equality, and diversity. They both are against nature, the natural phenomenon that has opted to display itself as inclusive and diverse nations and nationalities with unity in action regardless of shape, form, looks, and location of the entire Ethiopian population. The current political turmoil in Ethiopia could squarely be blamed on weak, myopic, and tribally fixated leadership. The leadership with a double-edged standard and full of denial of the facts on the ground. It ignores the rules and the law and order in the country, silently endorses miscarriages of social injustice, creating mistrust among its population and making peace as far-fetched throughout the country. No security at all levels. Leadership is about relationship with its diverse population. A successful leader is measured by the strength of that relationship, and that relationship in Ethiopia is only within one or two ethnic groups because of numeric egos amongst its politicians. Leadership is about, first and foremost, upholding law and order and providing security of all regardless of their social, group identity, and affiliations. Ethiopia has lost a lot in terms of social, economic, and political standards since early 2018, and it is in a sinking ship with a confused captain that has been consumed with personal glory who is too busy impressing international political consumers. The leadership presented a fine exterior at the very beginning of the so-called transformation era. It tried to win the confidence of everyone, as it has no scruples in telling lies and apparently expressing agreement with everyone. Its words are fair spoken, and, as the truth does not check its tongue, its flattery and deception knows no bounds. But all this is on the outside, and as the leadership has no sincerity and nothing that it does or say is worth anything at all. This hypocritical leadership attitude reminds me of my discussion with my dad about the hypocrites in Mecca. He put it simply that good timber is strong in itself and can support roofs and buildings. Hollow timber is useless. The hypocrites are like rotten timber. They have no firm character themselves, and for others they are unsafe props to rely upon. In almost 2 years, the Ethiopian leadership has proved nothing but its hollowness, no political substance, and no sustenance in any form in the country. Internally, Ethiopia is bleeding and bleeding badly. Its population is terrified and confused. Uncertainty is everywhere, and it has become risky for investors, development partners, and most of all for its large segment of the minority social groups that are suffering the most and taking the brunt of the political turmoil. Let me remind you by quoting O'Connor, who said that uncertainty is uncomfortable for everyone, but even more so for its leaders. So much depends on us getting it right, but you may not know what is right and cannot decide what to do until you have a direction. You may as well be at the helm of a mini submarine in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean. You are ready to deal with whatever's out there, but you need to see what it is before you can. To have direction, the leadership must widely consult and have dialogue with all segments of the population to come out of irresponsible political behaviors so that the leadership can have a visible direction. Helping the insignificant, arrogant, unaccountable, ignorant, and thoughtless politicians redirect their political discourse to avoid atrocities, massacre, and genocide in the country. Ethiopia's leadership is in its darkest political ocean because it has ignored the vast segment of the population, and it should realize and come back to its political sense by finding the middle ground of these two extreme political views and ideologies. Perhaps the alternative is to disassemble Ethiopia peacefully through constitutional rights and reassemble it again through referendum of its autonomous state to create the new Emirates of Ethiopia, which includes all, respects all, and has humanity at its core. Let me finish up my commentary by saying, do not destroy the beautiful and diverse people of Ethiopia. The minorities are helplessly watching and remain neutral as they do not get involved in the two extreme political discourses. No ethnic or social group is superior to any or other ethnic or social group regardless of its size or look. We are all human. Ethiopia's political elites must control their emotional leadership attitude and focus on the need of the people. Otherwise, it is suffice to remember the parable of Pharaoh, and it is a matter of time. The universal truth is that the world's strength, skill, beauty, and power are like a spider's web, flimsy before the eternal verities. Until we meet next time, use humanity as a guiding principle in your hearts to guide Ethiopia in the right direction for peaceful coexistence. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
IHMS,